Everything looks good. Hopefully it stays that way.
Hey, Atticus be rockin', Kevin the Raider Nerd, Tress Lord, Hooligan. Raideroo. What's going on, my friend? Atticus be rockin' says Mendoza Mania.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Richard Hardy. Just using your formal name today.
I was going to say. That's funny. What would be another word for all that? Peter Stifford?
Yes. Randy Johnson.
No, that's a double penis name, though.
Oh, true.
Oh, sure is.
Yeah, it's double penis name. Yeah, like Jimmy Johnson, double penis name.
You love that shit.
He's done some
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
No, absolutely not. No.
This is episode 399 of Raiders Fan Radio.
What's up, guys? Rich Incognito, Las Vegas Raiders. I'm here at Raiders Fan Radio. Let's go, Raiders.
Hey, it's Mike Garafolo, NFL Network here in the home office, and you are listening to the Raiders Fan Radio podcast, taking that lighter journey into the dark side with Murf, Swag Jeff, and Michelle. She's got great hair. It's a little pink, it's a little purple, whatever it is. I'll tell you what, if I could grow it, I would sign up for that color today. So listen to her and the entire crew as they give you all the information on the Raiders on the podcast that benefits the One Nation Foundation. It's a great cause. It's a great pod. Tune in, turn it up. Here it comes. All that Raiders info and takes coming at you right now.
Jackpot, baby. Raiders Fan Radio.
Oakland, L.A., Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever. You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murf's Man Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, Bolitnikov, a leaping pass, touchdown!
We miss you, we love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.
Way up the middle, intercepted Filipiano at the 50, time running down. Oakland football, and I think Oakland victory.
The Oakland Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play.
Well, I love this team. I think this team can win. I think this team can win.
You are listening live to Raiders Fan Radio. Take it away, guys.
Why? Thank you, Brett Musburger. What is up, Raider Nation? Your buddy Murf back once again for what we trust will be a fantastic episode of Raiders Fan Radio. Episode number 399 of Raiders Fan Radio, coming to you live from Murf's Fan Cave. And I appreciate all of those of you that are joining us live tonight in the chat room. I appreciate everybody that's joining us at youtube.com/Raiders Fan Radio, where you can find us each and every Wednesday night at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, except sometimes on a Thursday because we were in Vegas this week.
Nice.
Oh. But anyways, we'll get to plenty of that. We're going to talk plenty about our Vegas trip and about the Raiders and all that good stuff. But before we get to that, just want to, again, thank you for joining us as we are brought to you by the good folks at FanDuel. The show is presented by FanDuel and the good folks at the Believe Network. We thank them for their support of the audio podcast. And if you want to listen to the audio podcast, you can just go out to any audio podcast service and just search for Raiders Fan Radio, and you can find us there. And you can also find us on the socials. We're kind of everywhere. We're at Raiders Fan Radio, and yeah. So thank you for all your support in that way. And because we have a nonprofit that we formed around this show, and that all the money that we make, the advertising dollars, any of that stuff, direct donations, super chats, all that stuff, goes directly to our nonprofit, which is the One Nation Foundation. And I know I hope people are killing me. If you all aren't killing me for this stupid hat I'm wearing, then it's an opportunity missed.
Martin says you're wearing a ceiling fan.
I turned to look at you, and it literally looks like.
Trying to cool it off in here.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, I can't wait to tell you guys the story about this damn hat, man. It was too fun. But anyways, where was I? What's a hat, Jeff?
I know, I'm just kidding.
I know it's little, but it ain't that little.
Pause.
No, I mean to like wear it as a hat. Never mind.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah, okay.
That's fine.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
All right, where were you at?
We'll workshop it. I have no idea where I was at. Oh, we have a nonprofit, the One Nation Foundation, where we give to Raiders-related charities. But even if you can't support the show monetarily, all we ask is a like, a subscribe, a thumbs up, a follow on said social media. That helps us out tremendously because that increases advertising dollars. And so, like the good folks at FanDuel, as I mentioned, we're going to get some FanDuel odds. You got your FanDuel odds for later? Playoff odds, bro. Get us some playoff odds.
Okay.
I already know which ones. I'll give you a lead in.
Okay.
Find us the home team underdogs.
Home team underdogs.
Find the home team underdogs and let's talk about those guys because I think that there's some good bets in there. So anyway, so thank you to all of those of you that support the show. Again, audio podcast, video podcast. We love you guys so very, very much. And let me shout the chat room real quick because the chat room is the absolute best. And if you want to join them every time the show goes live, Raider Nation, again, that's youtube.com/RaidersFanRadio. And it's Paul is in there. Gianluca Morelli is in there. Raider Way is in there. Martin is in there. Yoshi is in there. Richard Hardy is in there. And let's see, Raider B. Al is in there. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate Raider Rue that's in there. T-Bone is in there. Get to the Chopper is in there. I love that guy's name. Appreciate you very much. Oh, Yoshi in there sent 5 memberships, gifted 5 memberships in there.
Hey.
Thank you very much for that, Yoshi.
Member, cabrón. Remember? You member. You don't member? You remember? Shit, you cried a lot. I thought you remember.
John B. Raider is in there. Raider Lorian is in there. Silver and Fax is in there. Kevin the Raider Nerd is in there. So many of our good friends. We thank you guys. Hey, Josh is in there from Vegas Raider Dad.
Hey.
Appreciate you, Josh, so very, very much for joining us for this episode of Raiders Fan Radio. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and turn it over to my best friend and yours. He adorns the left corner cave. Or left corner spot of the Murf's Fan Cave palatial studio. Let's go with that.
It's that, yeah.
Nice.
Rolled right off the tongue.
Off the top of the dome, as the kids say, Michelle. Let's go and turn it over to my best friend and yours. He is Swag.
Hey.
I had to find your button. Sorry, it took me a second.
Oh, nice. Yeah, hey, Raider Nation. I'm excited to be here, and you should be too, because why not, man? Because this is the cool place to be. This is the best chat room in all of Raider Nation. Get to hang out with all your buddies. So much respect to you guys. I think Murf just shouted them out. But Paul, Raider Lorian, Martin, Yoshi in there, Silver and Black Fax. Let's see, Cobain to Greedy Live is in there. So much respect to all of you guys. So who just gifted some memberships? That was
Yoshi.
dope, right?
It's Yoshi.
Yeah. Respect Yoshi. Yeah. So sorry, I was getting the FanDuel odds, and I checked out for a minute, but I'm here now, and So
fresh home from a Vegas trip, bro.
Yeah, feeling good, feeling refreshed after because I had you're still on vacation, but this is the first time ever that I had 5 or 6 days off in a row. It's the first time I've had that in years. And so it was dope, man. It was a great trip, fun trip. We got to do all sorts of fun stuff, and we'll talk about that. But yeah, man, I know I'm feeling good.
Nice, bro.
Feeling good.
Nice.
And feeling good, and we got the '1 pick.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about that, but
perfect storm this weekend.
Oh my god.
It was a perfect storm.
It was, everything that could happen this weekend happened.
Yeah.
It all happened. Yeah. So speaking of good things that happen.
Darn right. That's called a segue in the business, folks.
Absolutely. So we got to class it up around here. So sitting across from me is the one and only, the lovely Michelle Swag.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey! I didn't get to go to Vegas. I've picked up zero hope. So I am glad we have the first round pick, but I'm still really mad. And I'm kind of mad.
And we missed you guys too.
We
missed you
were
a
really
little bit.
sad not
we
to be
did.
there.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you guys got to see a win, but I was pissed. I did not want Pete Carroll to get a win. He didn't deserve to get a win, but it's a win with an asterisk because that was a really shitty Kansas City team, so it doesn't count. But I didn't want him to win. So
That's fair. That's fair.
But I'm glad you guys got to see that because I'm sure that was fun.
It was a
It was
blast.
cool. Yeah, no, we're excited. Can't wait to tell you about it. Yeah, it was cool. It was a good game day experience. But before we get to that, Swag Jeff, is that your name?
Yes, it is my name.
Yeah.
Still, just checking.
Hell yeah. Forever.
Just asking. Hey, what's your name again?
Yeah. Swaggy J. Swag Jeff.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sultan of Swag.
The Sultan of Swag. Yes, you
Yeah.
are. Who gave you that name? It was Raider Homer, right?
Swag Jeff?
Yeah.
Yes, Raider Homer. Respect to
Because he was
Raider
and
Homer.
Jeff.
I was and Jeff for a while.
Because the start of the show was because Uncle Mosh. I was like, "Hi, my name is Murf, and this is Uncle Mosh," and I'm like, and then Jeff
And Jeff.
and Jeff.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh, he's always, got all the he's got on the swag game. Like you're on point with the swag all the time. Like, I don't like call you Swag Jeff.
Yeah.
And it's stuck.
I love it.
Nice.
I love it.
Yeah.
And now it's a way of life.
It sure
It
is.
is.
You need to get that shit tattooed on you somewhere.
Oh.
Get you your own nickname tattooed on you.
Is
That's the
that,
other cool
is that
thing
cool?
about.
Is that cool to do?
It's not.
It's not.
No, it's not?
That's
Don't do
but
that.
But that's kinda-
But I would.
Just like in cursive letters across my back, just swag.
But if I was Swag Jeff, I would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right across the top of your back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just
No, your lower back if you're gonna do it.
Just tramp stamp it.
Just tramp stamp
Just
it.
tramp
'cause-
stamp it. Absolutely, man.
Hey, man, there's merit there.
Hey, heck yeah.
There's merit there. But you know what I love most about your nickname too, and this is the reason Michelle doesn't have a nickname yet.
I don't.
Because no one's given you
No
one.
one's given me not a one that's stuck. That's
Who's
not good, yeah.
who's called you Shell's Bells?
That's Graf started
Graf
that.
started
which
that.
I like that. I like Shell's Bells.
Oh.
But that doesn't roll off the tongue.
doesn't roll off the
That
tongue
doesn't
good.
roll off the tongue. But it's a great nickname.
it is.
Especially because you do the one for whom
that's
Michelle
right,
tolls and all that
yes.
kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Which we need one of those, by the way.
Yeah.
But I love it because a good nickname is if you give it to yourself, it's never great. But
Yeah.
anyways, so
You can't
anyway,
do that.
so you were in Swag Jeff fair and square. That said, Swag Jeff, you always take our episode number. It's another segue. That's 2.
Wow.
I'm telling you, we're on point tonight with the segues. Your turn, Michelle. So Swag Jeff, you always take our episode number and tie it back to something significant within Raider Nation, and this is $3.99.
We are. Can you believe that we've almost done
wild.
400 episodes of this thing?
Oh my gosh, we got to celebrate, and that's just of this show.
Just to this show.
If we add up all the podcasts we've done from Tales from the Nation, and
We'd be bumping 700 probably.
Probably, man.
wow.
It's a lot, man.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a lot. Even going back to when this was the Raiders fan cast.
Yeah.
Before it was even called Raiders Fan Radio, and we only changed the name was because somebody tried to sue us.
Oh,
Yep.
that's right.
Because they had a for those of you who don't know, when Sonny and I started this version of the show, I'm like, Raiders Fancast. I'm like, that's a cool name for a show.
Yeah.
Well, there was a company out there called Fancaster that's dormant. They don't do anything with it, but they own the rights to anything, quote, Fancast. Even though I'm like, there are a million things that are Fancasts. You can have Fancasts about Star Wars. You can have Fancasts about whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
there are plenty of quote, Fancasts, but they had the freaking copyright. And so we found a lawyer that was willing to work pro bono that was going to take on the case, but Sonny and I would have had to have flown to New York to attend the trial. And I was like, listen, man, this is just something we do.
Oh, you should have done it for the plot.
Well, and he was like, you guys got a good case. He felt, that's why he was like, I'll take it.
Wow.
And it was actually kind of cool, man. And it was, but we at the time, especially like, his kids were really young. My boys were still, in like middle school or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, and so it would have taken too much time out of our personal lives. And so it was just like, back then too, the show had like 200 listeners. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like, okay, whatever, we'll just rebrand this damn thing. And so
Right.
here we are. That's
Yeah.
why we ended up Raiders Fan Radio, only
Yeah.
because of
Meant to
that.
be.
Exactly. Well, and back then when it was the Raider Fancaster people that were suing you, that was a real lawsuit that actually came about.
Yeah, it said that.
Instead of those other guys.
That's,
Instead of those
Yeah.
other
let's
guys.
leave that one alone.
Yeah, please don't.
But yeah,
Summon
hey,
them.
but as you were saying, every episode number we take a significant moment within Raider Nation related back to the episode number, and this one is 399, one episode away from 400. And just a quick blurb in here. Paul in there says that last week's Sizzler to T-Hum was the 400th Sizzler that was given out.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that cool? You know?
So how did we do that? Oh, wait a minute,
because there's times that we
get multiples,
and we probably didn't start Sizzlers on episode 1.
Well, very true.
You know what I mean?
We didn't start Sizzlers until year or two in at least.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. So we've caught up.
Well, I'll tell you when. Oh, here you go. We're just all doing the origin story of RFR tonight.
Nice.
I started that because that clip when Marshawn was playing for us. So this would have been 2017, maybe 2018.
Yeah.
And there was that clip of him. I believe it was high school. After the game was over.
Yes.
And then they asked him. They said, "So, what has it been tonight?" Because he had like a monster game. Let's say he ran for 300 yards. I don't know what the number is, but he had this monster game in high school. And his quote was, "It wasn't me. It was the offensive line. And then boys did so good. I'm taking them to Sizzler." And that's and so that's the first when we play the Sizzler thing. Sizzler. It's Marshawn kicking that off. And I just found a bunch of other people saying the word Sizzler and added it in there. And I thought, well, that's kind of a cool name for a good call, is a Sizzler.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's how that happened.
There you go.
So that's exactly why. So it wouldn't have been until probably 2018, I would imagine, when that happened.
There you go. So so we've caught up. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah,
that is very cool.
It's super cool. Super cool. Paul says episode 102 was the first time we did a Sizzler. Because
well,
he's got that info.
Yeah.
God dang it, I love you, Paul. That's amazing,
Love it, Paul.
man. That is incredible.
Love it, Paul. This episode is 399.
Josh says Uncle Murf origin stories.
Yeah.
I love it when I go, I love Uncle Murf or Podcast Dad. I love both those.
Oh,
I'll take them.
so great.
I'll take them.
He said he'll tell this around a bonfire one day with his kids.
Oh, my gosh.
Damn it, Josh, that's funny.
Let me tell you
really
the story about the Sizzler Award.
Oh, my gosh.
And let me tell you about how Big Raider
believe
Trucker
this.
was such a good Sizzler winner and consistent winner that we retired him and named the award after him.
The kids, sure, Dad, whatever.
Yeah. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad. You keep digging. Oh, my gosh. So this
Wait till I
episode...
tell you about press the damn button, nerd.
Oh, my gosh. S-H-O.
You know what's funny? Martin asked me about that on Twitter the other day. He's like, what's the joke behind the slow read of S-H-O-W? And I'm like...
Joke used very loosely, just to be clear.
Murph thinks it's really funny.
Yeah,
well,
he
and I
does.
told him, I'm like, I love Andy Kaufman, and weird things are funny to me. Weird things that are uncomfortable make me laugh. That's why I like Jeff. Anyway,
There
so
you go.
Swag Jeff. That's what they call another segue.
Yeah. Oh, that's 3.
Yeah.
That's 3. Good job. So was that a segue?
Well, I said weird things that make me uncomfortable, and it reminds me of you. So.
Oh, okay. All right. So this episode is 399.
No reaction whatsoever.
No, we're just going to move on.
Yeah, okay.
So this one is, and we're going back.
This is why we never get to talking to you about the Raiders, by the way.
Yeah.
Because we're too busy
takes so
doing this
long.
shit for 30 fucking minutes
I'm
before the
telling
show
you.
starts.
I'm telling you.
warm up.
So
All right,
we're
I'm
going
gonna
back.
stop talking.
We're going back.
How far are you going back?
Way back.
And it goes a little something like this.
Hit it. We are going back to January 12th, 2003, which I guess isn't way back. You know, I mean, it's backing up.
2002?
2003.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was.
I mean, it's getting to be way back.
It was the last playoff run for our Raiders,
That's
and that
true.
was when the Raiders beat the Jets 30-10 on January 12th in the divisional playoff game.
Remember it well.
Led by Gannon, the Raiders tallied 399 offensive yards.
Oh, nice job, dude. Nicely done. Nicely
yeah.
done. All right, hit some contact info, and then what were we going to do? There was something in there we were going to do after the
Talk about the Raiders
I
or
was-
FanDuel.
FanDuel. Okay, hit the
I've got
contact
it.
info.
Yeah.
Let's do FanDuel, and then let's jump into talking about, and then hit another break, and then let's jump into talking about our trip.
And then what?
It's all Sea of Fans all the way out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then I'll hit the outro, and then all that, and then we'll be done. You've laid everything out.
Do
Thanks.
you want me? Do you want to talk about the Sizzler? It's called Producer on the Fly, Jeff.
Woo! Hey,
Did I ever
Raiders.
tell you about how we got the name Sizzle?
Old Uncle Mosh here with an updated contact info. So sit up, zip up, shut up, and Pay attention. You can call us at 909-345-3346, or as Murf would say it, 909-345-3346. How about emailing me? You want to email me? Email me at show@RaidersFanRadio.com. Or what about reaching out to us on some of that social media stuff Swaggy likes?
Easy, Mosh.
Try Facebook at Raiders
Remix.
Fan Radio Podcast. The Twit at Twitter at Raiders Fan Radio. It's the something. Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio. The tiki-tiki-taki-talk. TikTok at Raiders Fan Radio. Or what about the Twitch? Some of you out there
twitching.
Anyway, Twitch at
He's
Raiders
twitching right
Fan
now.
Radio. Or if you like that, go to the YouTube. America, go to the YouTube.
Oh my gosh.
YouTube.com/Raiders Fan Radio.
Some guys just can't handle Vegas.
That wasn't enough. If that wasn't enough, go to your podcast provider and search Raiders Fan Radio. Holy crap, that was a lot.
Good. Ah,
There
nailed
you
it.
go. Yeah, we did.
Oh, you, bro.
Oh, you told me to do another thing.
Well, yeah.
Shout out the chat room, please.
Oh, okay.
Murf.
Jeez, this show's rocking right along.
All right, now I'm ready. Hey, Raider Nation. Hey, the Raiders
Did
may
you see
be
me stretch
eliminated.
that out just in the perfect way possible?
That's a hell of a show producing there, Murph. That was fantastic. So, speaking of fantastic and fan, if you guys like to bet.
That's another segue. Attaboy.
Oh, there you go. So, if you like to do that, use it with our friends at FanDuel. So, FanDuel. So, the Raiders may be eliminated. Thank God, maybe. I don't know. Like, yeah, some people definitely need this offseason to kind of hit the reset button. But there are still ways for you to make some money, and you do that with FanDuel. And Murph at the top of the show told me to look up the home dogs.
Come on.
The home dogs. And there's a lot of them, pal.
Oh.
Yep.
There's a lot of them, man. And so, so there may be some of these that you want to bet on, some of them that you may not want to stay away from. The crazy one is the Panthers. They won their division, right?
Right.
And they are a 10.5-point home dog to the LA Rams.
Jeez.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So then the Bears are also a 1.5 dog to the Green Bay, which I'd be all over that one.
That's mine.
Because I think that's the one. Because
think that's the one.
And the Packers are freaking beat the hell up.
They're beat up. And
Is it still Malik?
Yeah.
Still Malik,
Believe
and I think
of course
JJ's
Micah
out.
Parsons out, and you know what I mean.
I think JJ's out. There's a lot of folks that are still out there.
I'm telling you, man, I like that one. Plus, they beat him earlier in the year, anyways.
Yep, 100%.
So give me Chicago, man. Give me that Chicago plus 1.5.
And watch out for Jacksonville.
That's another one. I'm telling you, these home dogs are wild.
Jacksonville is sneaky good this year, man.
are.
What were they? 12-5 or something like that this year, and they're a 1.5 dog to the Bills. And that's gonna be a monster game.
That's gonna be a wild.
That's gonna
game,
be a
man.
wild
That's gonna be a
freaking
wild
game. And watch them just smack them. Watch the freaking Jags I don't
know, man. Bills are vulnerable, man.
They sure are.
But what the Bills do well, obviously, besides have freaking all-world Josh Allen, they run the shit out of the football.
100%.
James Cook is an absolute stud. But what does Jacksonville do so well? Stop the run.
There you go.
Stop the run, and they can run the ball themselves with ATN and all that. And the Bills' defense is not what it has been recently.
Yep. And Trevor Lawrence is having a monster year, and he's got
that's an interesting game, man.
He's got Brian Thomas, and then he's got Cobes that has been balling out since he left
Cobes
us.
has gone ape shit since he's left.
Good for him.
And good for him.
I'm so freaking proud of him.
Good for him. Yeah, I'm with you too.
No, well deserved. And then Steelers are also a 3-point home dog to the Texans.
That's wild too, man. Watch first time Aaron Rodgers back in the postseason, Michelle, in 5 years. Does the scrappy old man still got something in the tank? You know,
It's gonna be a
like
good weekend.
I'm
for
telling
football.
this.
It's
Oh,
gonna be
it's
fun.
killer.
And it starts tonight with the college football playoffs.
Oh,
They
that's
hit
right.
Oh shit, that's right. We got Ohio. Not Ohio State.
We got Miami and Ole
Oregon.
Miss,
Right.
Miami and Ole Miss tonight,
Sorry.
and then tomorrow night. If you're a Raider fan, you better tune into that shit tomorrow because that's literally the battle of the two quarterbacks.
the one.
It's
Indiana
Dante
and
Moore
Oregon. Yeah,
Dante
yeah.
Moore versus Fernando Mendoza. So that's gonna be freaking.
Shit, I got to throw it on the TV here. The next break.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, but
Absolutely.
we'll be out. What time does the game start?
I don't know.
Okay,
And
we'll figure
maybe
that out.
now.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. So if you want to bet on any of those, do that and do it responsibly and only with our friends at FanDuel.
What's up, Raider Nation? It's your
Speaking
boy,
of
Will
FanDuel.
Compton. You're listening to Raiders Fan Radio. Tune in because they fucking put out a banger podcast.
Hey, what's up? The Talkman Rich Eisen Show.
And it's Del Tufo from the Rich Eisen Show.
You're listening on
the
Raiders Fan Radio.
Yes!
All right, appreciate all of those of you joining us live tonight at youtube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. And so all I got to say is this, Jeff. Las Vegas, baby.
Let's go. They did us well.
This was a fun trip, man. Like, this was a very interesting dynamic, Michelle and everybody in the chat room and stuff and listening to us, because it was like, you know, you heard me on this show, like in the weeks leading up to it. Like, there was part of me even that felt like, I don't even know if I want to go to the game, man. Like, I'm just so pissed off at the Raiders, so pissed off at what the current structure of the organization is, and just the overall attitude of things, the way that they have presented themselves to us as a fan base, their performance on the field, the way they conduct themselves in press conferences. It was just like unimpressive move after unimpressive move. And I'll always be proud to be a Raider fan, and I'll wear this proudly on my body until the day that I die. But it didn't feel great being a Raider fan, man. It just didn't. Like, I mean, it was this last 5-6 weeks where the whole season has sucked. But the last 5-6 weeks of this season has just been rough. So I'm like, well, I don't want to go to Allegiant Stadium, play our arch rival, the first time I've ever seen them play the Chiefs, and then sit in there with 70% of it in Chiefs fans, and then not be thrilled if they win. Like, it was such a weird dynamic going in. That said, I'm so thankful and so much respect to our good buddy Fabricator Gill, who
come on, dude,
makes seats available to us, and I know he doesn't like to get called out by name, but like, I just can't respect that man enough for what he does for this show, what he does for the foundation, and of course, we were going to the game. We knew that was going to come about because of Gill's graciousness, but then he was like, "Hey, man, I'm going to be in town. Tailgate's back on." Like, and so I'm like, okay, cool. Like that, I was stoked for. I was like, all right,
you know it.
Even J-Law,
and he crushed it.
Always, and we'll get there. But so the whole concept though about like going to the game as a whole, like it really wasn't very appealing. But then walking into Allegiant Stadium, first walking into the tailgate, seeing that it wasn't as big of a tailgate as normal there at Lot J, but it was still Lot J. It was still popping. And then finding Gill's spot, running into you and Chris were then there.
Yep.
Like running it like so many of the people that we obviously Gill and his wife Jerry, and she was celebrating her birthday. And like, and then like, it was just like, and then people started coming. We saw Samoan, of course. And like people just started coming around and saying hi and all that. And it was like, okay, this is cool, man. Like this is, despite the whole Raider thing, like this is great. And then what was set on the table for us, though, too, Michelle, was that if the Giants won, we knew that it didn't matter what happened in that game between the Raiders and Chiefs, that the Raiders would end up with the number 1 overall pick. And so when the Giants came through, what was it, 34-10 at one point?
Oh, my gosh, they whipped that ass.
They whipped that ass.
Whipped that ass, and it was like 34-10, 34-17, whatever it was, with like 5 minutes left. And I remember you found the score, and you looked it up and shouted it out, and it was like,
You felt the buzz in the tailgate.
It changed.
Everything changed
so fast.
Yeah.
And it went from like okay, cool, like everybody's here one last time for this season to celebratory. And it was like, F yeah, man. Like, here we go. Like, this is going to be killer now.
Yep.
Like, we already got it. Now we're done. Now let's go kick the shit out of the Chiefs. Let's go send freaking Mr. Swift home into retirement.
Yes.
With walking off Allegiant Stadium with a loss. It's like, all right, come on, Raiders, let's go now.
His first loss in Las Vegas.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? And so going in there at that point, Jeff, dude, that was exciting as shit to me. So what was it like for you walking in the tailgate?
No, 100%, man. You know, I mean, and like Murph said, respect to Gil, respect to everyone in Lot J. I mean, that was just, I mean, like I've always said, like I've been to several different lots at, you know, I've never been into the Modelo Zone or whatever it is when you walk over the bridge to the right.
Either,
you know, I mean, I think that's where Gorilla Rilla and all them kick it or whatever. And that's cool and fine and wonderful and all that stuff. Lot J feels like Oakland to me.
It's the closest thing.
It's mini Oakland. It's just Oakland in that lot. And I mean, the music is bumping and it smells like tacos and weed. And it's just, it's perfect, man. And so respect to Gil. You know, my belly was full of carne asada tacos and, you know, and all sorts of good
those tacos
food.
are so goddamn good.
Tacos are so freaking good, man.
I remember at one point, Michelle, I turned to Valerie and I'm like, just every time I think that we have good Mexican food where we live, then you go back to the West Coast and you have somebody cooking like Gil's wife, Jerry, who knows what the hell she's doing. Holy shit, it's so good. It's like even the salsa is like really hot. I was telling Valerie, I'm like, I'm not used to that. I'm used to like just never worrying about the temperature of things because I'm like, it ain't never going to be hot enough to bother me. That shit was fire, literally. It was delicious.
Yeah.
It's so good. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. No, but yeah, but like I said, like when it became official, because I think like as soon as we walked through the doors of Allegiant Stadium for the game is when like I got the notification from Rappaport that we had locked up the number one pick and all that. But like you could just tell the vibes changed. The vibes were way different, and it seemed and talk about a boring. And we'll get into the game, but like it was just a boring overall game that it actually was. It was just a freaking snooze fest of a game. But like, and so people just kind of weren't that into it and all that stuff until the end. And I feel like you know, because we saw like with a little bit of time left, the Chiefs come in, they take the lead at the end. We're like, here we go. Here's another freaking heartbreaking loss. You know, we outplayed the Chiefs a majority of the game, couldn't get into the end zone, but neither could they, and all that stuff. But then, like, we hit this drive at the end of the game, and you just felt like, you know, because you saw Chiefs fans starting to leave and all that stuff. But, like, the Raider Nation, the energy got up big time. And talk about a 60-yard field goal career long for Carlson to friggin' seal the game and all that.
Let's get rid of that guy. We need to move on from Carlson.
Bro, yeah, I know. Yeah, he came in clutch for sure. But you guys dipped out like right before, so you didn't get to see because you had to go do silver and black today.
I had to go run do silver and black today.
But so I'm and it was just a special moment with me and my wife. I mean, Gil was behind us and stuff too, doing the same thing with his wife. But like we were like, yeah, and like just a big hug. Like it was so freaking
awesome,
it was so freaking cool, man. It was a great moment.
That's cool, man. And you know the thing I liked about it too is that it was so cool to the game because the game was so bad, Michelle. Like for real, it was like, well, let's go do some other stuff while we're here. Because I mean, listen, and I'm very grateful for this. Is not like a shitty position I'm coming from here, but like we've been to a lot of games now at this point at Allegiant Stadium. Like I've seen those seats and been there and done that,
sure.
and love it and very grateful for it. But it was like, okay, well, this game is a snoozer, and I'm really only interested in the outcome of it. I'm not interested in like breaking down Kenny Pickett. You know what I mean? So it was like, or when Aiden came in, that was kind of cool. But it was like, let's go mosey around.
Yeah,
so
we went to Raider Image. We went to Coors Light Landing. Yeah, we did all that.
And that's where it leads me to this goofy ass hat I'm wearing. So we go into Raider Image. So I've been sworn off of buying Raider shit this year because I'm so mad at them and have been so mad at them. I'm like, I'm not buying Raider gear. I'm like, I'll wear our own stuff. You know what I mean? I'll wear Raiders fan radio gear, and I'll never not. You know, I'm always got a Raider hat on or whatever. But I got 20 of them. I don't need a new one. Like I'm not buying anything. I'm not giving them my money. Until I saw this glorious hat on sale on a clearance thing there at the Raider Image at the store, and it was $20. And so I'm like, all right, picking that damn thing up. That's going to come home with me. So I put the hat on, and then, I had to leave the show early to go out there and do Silver and Black Today, which was cool. So we did the Silver and Black Today post-game show from the parking lot there in La Che.
Yes.
My poor wife, give her respect too, sat there for 45 minutes holding the camera up, holding the phone up in the back of Gil's truck, while as you know, her dopey husband is out there in his stupid Cousin Eddie hat talking about the Raiders for 45 minutes. But anyway, so did Silver and Black Today, and then so I posted up a couple of clips right afterwards from the Silver and Black Today show. I've gotten more Cousin Eddie memes sent my way than ever. Like it's been so funny. But Michelle, you said the absolute best one. She goes, I forget what you said in the text, but
I couldn't help myself, I think is what I said.
Okay, and sent like my head on Cousin Eddie's body, the whole shitter's full thing. I was cracking up, man. It was so damn funny. I'm getting ready to take it off too because it's too hot. But it's like something Yoshi would wear out there in the freaking Yukon or something. Yeah. But man, it was such a fun time. That just the energy was up afterwards, going out afterwards. Like it was just, you know, it felt like a fun ass trip. And I mean, of course, we never not have fun in Vegas and never not have a good time. But like the gambling went well. The food was fantastic. You know, my cousin came in with his wife. Your brother came in and met with us. Like, again, got to see so many of our good friends. You know, shout out the guys that were next to us at the tailgate. The guys that was at Raider Dolls.
Yeah, Raider Dolls. Yeah, they gave us those awesome those chains,
those pendants and stuff. Man.
Yeah.
So Michelle's got hers.
Oh yeah,
right
Michelle's
there.
got hers right there.
She got the Brock Bowers one going there. Yeah, so they made those. So shout out those guys. Yeah, they broke down their tailgate and they're like, here, gave us some of that stuff. But it was just, man, it was cool. It's like, you know, I've always wanted to go. I'm gonna say this and I'll shut up. I've always wanted to go to a fan convention. Like I've been to like there was a horror con that was here in Nashville one year. I remember that I went to. It was kind of a small thing, but I kind of always wanted to like go away to a convention, like go away to like Star Wars Celebration or like whatever, like go to like, you know, the Lebowski Fest or whatever, like go to something that pop culture that I'm really into and like go to that and spend a few days going to the seminars or whatever, the interviews and doing all that and just celebrating with a whole shit ton of other fans of that one particular thing. Times like this, I realize that like, that's exactly what we do on our Raider trips. We go watch the thing that we are the biggest fans of, which is the Las Vegas Raiders or the Raiders period, to go see the Raiders, hang out with a million other people that are also fans of the same thing and get to spend time. And it feels like a mini family reunion. And it's just so damn fun, man. Like, you know, I'm so grateful for all the trips that we're able to do. And this one didn't disappoint not one little teeny tiny bit, man.
Yeah, it was probably nice too, because it was like a relief that it was over. You know, that like,
oh, preach. Yes.
This fucking shit show of a season, we can now put it behind us. First round pick. Like I don't have it yet, but I hear that there's hope out there. I think you guys have a little bit. I probably picked up a little bit in Vegas, but it's like, yeah, it was probably like a collective release at Allegiant. Like, okay, we won. We beat the Chiefs, sent them packing, sad, score, awesome. But also, this is over. And then it was like, okay, now when we fire Pete, because that's what everybody was waiting for next after getting that, you know. And so, yeah, I bet it. And then, you know, when you win, everything is more fun after, you know, like,
of course.
And not that the loss would have, I don't know that it would have affected, but it, you know, the loss sucks regardless, you know. So yeah, it was cool to see them win at home. I was just like, okay, well, that's good. That's great. And, but yeah, to be there was probably a lot more exciting to see.
It was. And I think that like, it was really cool that like, you know, kind of like what we said, like we knew we locked up that pick, which is really that was our end goal of the weekend is like, let's secure this number one pick. It's been a shitty season. Let's not Raider this shit up and have something goofy happen and we end up at pick 2 or, you know, whatever. But I think it was nice. And I think like it felt good as Raider Nation in Allegiant Stadium to get that monkey off of our back of not beating division rivals. And I know that the win against the Chiefs was not Mahomes and all that stuff, but it was still beating the Chiefs, beating a division rival at home. And it was the first time in the last time we won a divisional playoff game, the last time we won one was when the three of us were there.
Wow.
That was 2 years ago.
Not to be real petty, but also sending their fans home with the
Come
loss.
on.
It
It
also
felt good.
feels really good.
It felt good.
That needs to happen more often. There needs to be
Exactly.
more often at times that the Raiders
Yeah.
send all those visiting fans home feeling bad, not only because they blew half their mortgage on the freaking blackjack table,
Sure.
but then also freaking didn't get to see their team
And Chiefs
win
fans
a
are
football
so
game.
cocky because they don't really understand losing.
No, because they've only been fans for 6 years.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
that
And hey,
was
a Samoan Raider just jumped into the chat right there.
what's up,
So
brother?
good to see my Swag, Jeff, and Murf at the game. It was great to see you too, brother. We were just talking about you just
Absolutely.
a minute ago. Yeah, man. Yeah. Much respect. Much respect.
Absolutely.
And they're crushing it over there on his channel.
Dude, he was on the freaking news.
Yeah.
I saw
know.
that today on his tweet, man. Congratulations on
Yeah.
that, bro. Like, that is so freaking cool, man.
Yep. Him and
But-
Fitz and all those guys, man. Yeah, they're killing
well, I
it.
did get to see Mr. Fitz. Got to run into him on the way
Yeah.
walking in. That was cool.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, no, it was good. So many people like, and Uncle Mosh. Uncle Mosh was
Hello.
there.
Yeah.
Uncle Mosh was there. Of course, he wasn't able to go to the game with us, but he brought my Aunt Kathy, who was there as well, and we got to go see the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere, which was insane.
cool.
Like, man, I'm telling
Yeah.
you, man, this was a good trip. It was a good trip. So
It was a good trip.
Yep.
It was a good trip. So speaking of good trip, let's hear from this guy. I don't know.
Hi, this
It
is
works.
AJ Cole from the Las
He's a
Vegas
trip.
Raiders.
Now he is a trip.
And you're listening to Raiders Fan Radio. Just win, baby.
Las Vegas, a city without a pro football team, in a world gone mad. What can we do about it? Acquire the most desired franchise in sports history? Sin City, lost wages, home of the Elvis weddings, and 24-hour debauchery. But finally, a match made in heaven. The Oakland Raiders have landed in the desert with the Death Star as their home. And to celebrate beyond your imagination has come 3 individuals hosting the most irreverent show while paying homage to the storied history of this franchise. Raiders Fan Radio with Murf, Swaggy J, and Michelle, taking a lighter side journey into the dark side.
This is Kevin, the Raider Nerd, live at the Oakland Raiders tailgate. Raiders! We got Grill Rillin. Say hi to Uncle Mosh and Murf.
I love you guys. Much love from the black hole, baby. Just win.
All right, appreciate you, Raider Nation, so very, very much. All right, we've got a crap ton of voicemails to get to. We've got, I know, a bunch of emails to get to. But before we get to that, I think we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the now coaching search that's going to happen for your Las Vegas Raiders. And want to get into a little bit here about who they might be looking at. But before we get to that, Michelle, the reason that I named this show Perfect Storm was because it was like everything lined up the exact way that it needed to for the Raiders. And then there came the firing on Monday of Pete Carroll. And, you know, I'll save the names and the insults that I've had for that guy over the course of the year. Now out of respect for him not being around anymore. But this was absolutely a just move. And then I want to get your take on that, but not only on your take on moving on from Pete, but another thing we've been clamoring for on this show is for the Raiders to empower someone into a position of leadership of, quote, football operations. We weren't sure who that was going to be, but now with the very specific statement coming from the Raiders, it is John Spytek. Yes, he will do it in conjunction with Tom Brady from an accountability perspective, but he's going to make the call on the head coach. He's going to lead the roster. It's going to be him from here out. And to have that definitive power structure was a massive move for the Raiders, and I've got so much respect for that. But anyways, so give me your thoughts on Carroll, and then give me your thoughts on this now Spytek evolution.
Yeah, it was weird to see that people thought Pete Carroll deserved more time. Like, I did see a few people that thought that, and that is
wild
bananas. Like, I understand, like, wanting, like, to give someone time, but clearly that when I saw that he was fired, it was like, good God, thank you, because if he did get another year, you guys wouldn't be seeing me. So I was very much ready to just bow out for a while. But yeah, I'm glad that he's gone. I never wanted him in the first place, and we can check the receipts. I did say that in the very beginning. And about Spy Tech, like, I think that okay, clearly there were some issues, between him and Pete Carroll that were clearly having, and to entrust it to one person, or not one person. I know he's going to have accountability around him, but I think it is good to sort of have a funnel and not give all of the say-so to a coach because they think they know better. Like, I think it's good to have a person that is going to, I hate the phrase, the adult in the room, because I feel like we have thrown that around a lot, but it's good that they've at least chosen somebody. I don't know if it's the right choice, but at least they've designated him to be the one to sort of spearhead what happens next.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jeff, you and I work in a very similar industry, and one of the things that we see with the companies that we work for and the corporate structure, and the reason that there is success in said corporate structure, and it's not unique to the companies we work for, but leadership has always been a passion of mine, is what I studied in college, and it's what my degree is in. And it's one thing in common is singular vision. Mm-hmm. And it's a funnel. It's a single point to where the leader of said organization can share the vision with the constituents, and then everybody's working collectively towards the same thing. Right. There's a very, very important thing to do. When you start having too many cooks in the kitchen, then it's like there's a reason you don't have 6 directors on a movie. You have one director, and that's that director's movie. It could be a case where it's brothers or sisters or whatever else, where there could be some sort of collaboration that is ongoing. But it's a singular vision, even still, if it's between 2 people, and that's in the arts, that has nothing to do with a football team. But so it's a singular vision. And so for the Raiders to finally commit into that direction is such an important thing, because, listen, whether we want to realize it or not, football is a business. This is a corporation. This is an NFL franchise. That is how, so the Raiders should be run organizationally and institutionally as a damn company. Right. And an appropriate company structure do not have power struggles. And the more often, or not more often, but the more now that because now people are talking, because the lips get loose when people start losing jobs, right? So now everyone's talking, and there's these ESPN reports, and there's all these different articles that are being written and all that. And now the truth is starting to come out. There was a little bit of a struggle between Pete and Spy Tech. Now, we knew that because we knew what the optics were. We could tell just by looking at the way that things have unfolded. But it was even more so than I think what we realized, because there was so many of us that speculated if JPJ was going to get traded at the deadline. Well, yeah, that was on the table, and it took Spy Tech stepping in and saying, no, we're not trading that guy. That guy's got talent. Now, why he didn't step in and say, put his ass at center, that's a whole different story. But I think that comes down to because of the idea that he was a younger first-time GM, and he couldn't override a guy that's got a 50-year tenure in football and a couple of one championship in the NFL and a couple in college. So there was this constant back and forth. Well, now that's gone. Now you got Spy Tech is going to lead the charge on this. He's not going to hire an old head coach. Save me John Harbaugh, save me. Bullshit. No, we've already been down that path. Give us the young guy. Give us the fresh face, someone that's going to respect Spy Tech. They're going to respect not only his position, Jeff, but his roster control, and they're going to focus on what? Coaching the goddamn football team, which is the most important thing for that position to be able to do. So I just, coming out of this thing, it couldn't be a better scenario. And it's thank God. Thank you, Mark, for seeing this thing for what it is and making the right choice.
Yeah, no, yeah. You said it all, man.
Well, then don't say anything else.
Well, throw it to me quicker.
I got a lot to say.
We know. Everyone knows. Everyone knows. You got a lot of shit to say. But no,
So, Michelle,
no.
what did you think
No,
about
you're exactly right, though. I mean, I really do think that this is a prime example as to why you don't hire the head coach first.
Well, we hired Spytek first, but it was only by a couple of days.
Okay.
So he wasn't in on hiring Pete. That was all Mark.
Exactly, 100%. So I think that's a prime example of now they're going to do it the right way because, like you said, there was too many hands in the cookie jar. Two completely different visions, two completely different, ways to go about doing things. A first-time GM and a 74-year-old head coach, like a guy that's done it at every level and all that, and he's set in his ways and knows what he wants to do and all that. But then when you bring in a young GM that's innovative and, you look at this draft class and they weren't getting played or anything like that. But like later on in the season, you start seeing these guys have to play out of necessity. And we're like, oh shit. Yeah. Go figure. These guys are actually pretty good. You know what I mean? So, Jack Besh has a couple of baller games. You got Caleb Rogers on the offensive line that was freaking top rated high graded guys on PFF and all that. Yeah. Like they were freaking rock stars, man. So I really think that this is a good reset for them. I like Pete as a guy. I don't even
know if I agree with that.
Yeah. Well, I like him as a guy.
Okay.
I think
that's fine. We don't have to agree.
Yeah, no, I like him as a person. He's very much, the coach speak is very there and, knows how to sugarcoat things and all that stuff. But, he still kind of reminds me of just like an old grandpa that you would talk to. But yeah, no, I think that this is the right move. And I think that they are going to go the young route. I totally agree with that. The folks that call for Gruden, call for Harbaugh, call for any of these guys, even Stefanski, who we interviewed today, just another guy that's just been around and all that stuff. Like, no, save me that. Give me Clint Kubiak. Give me Brady.
Give me like the Davis Webb idea, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it. 30 years old.
There you go.
6 years in coaching, fresh out of, or was it 6 years in coaching? Whatever it is.
Well, bring him in as OC. Have Kubiak and Webb.
That's the move.
I think that's
a move.
We'll
see. Well, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. But yeah. But what it's interesting though, because there's a lot of folks out there, Michelle, that are speculating. They're like, well, what should we do with, what about this guy and what about that guy and what about this combination? What about that combination? I'm like, let's pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Every offensive or defensive coordinator, like today, and I love the interaction. It's a reason I'm on Twitter is because I love interacting with Raider Nation. But some folks are like, ooh, Mike McDaniel got fired. Well, what do you think about him as head coach, Murf, or as offensive coordinator, Murf? I'm like, maybe. I'm like, but it's all going to come down to who's going to be the head coach. If we have an offensive-minded head coach like a Kubiak or Joe Brady or whoever the other candidates are, then we don't need a freaking high-powered offensive coordinator like Mike McDaniel. Then we just need somebody that's more the Greg Olson type. I'm not saying Greg Olson, just using him as the example. But he was the guy to help John Gruden break down film, strategize, game plan, et cetera, right? So it just depends on who your head coach is going to be. But again, I love the direction that this. I'll get it out. I love the direction that this team is going in. I like the idea of Spytek, and I don't know if you've heard. Did you hear his press conference?
Nope.
Okay.
Spytex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me give you a little bit of what he said, and then I want your reaction to it. So he was 100% demonstrating quality leadership in the idea that he took ownership of the things that didn't get wrong or the things that they got wrong. He lined out exactly what his vision was, and he recognized what the challenges are going to be for them going forward to be able to rectify, but then also offered up his tireless, and his words, he used the word meticulous 3 times, effort in what they're going to do to rectify where the Raiders are at, because clearly it's unacceptable. He was stoic.
Yeah.
He wasn't emotional. He wasn't a maniac like we are around here and emotional and whatever. very stoic, very straightforward, very just unapologetically accountable and honest about what the 2020 now 6 Raiders are. And it's like, that is such a contrast to what Pete was at the podium, where he's up there. And this is where, Jeff, I don't agree with you. I don't have the respect for him that you do, because, and this is the reason that I was calling him names and everything else on this show, was because he wasn't forthcoming. He was full of shit. He was lying.
Yeah.
It's like, don't go up there and tell us something that we can see with our own goddamn eyes is not the reality of the situation. Own it. Have the balls to look at the damn camera and own what is the actuality of it, the truth of it. And Pete never did that. And it pisses, all we had to do, look at the reports now about his kids coming out now. The players were having meetings behind his kid's back to try to figure out what the fuck was going on. Like,
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's bananas. Like, so anyways, I don't have that same level of respect for Pete, but with John Spytek, I absolutely have that respect now, Michelle, because if he's willing to be forthcoming and honest, like, what else could we want as fans? Like, just get real with us, man. It's okay. Like, we know you're 2-15.
Yeah.
Or 3-14.
Also, there's something about Pete Carroll. He just seems, I don't like him. There's something, he doesn't give nice grandpa to me. He gives, stop talking. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. And I don't like that. He gives, I know, shut up, I know what I'm doing. Like, that's the vibe I get from him. I don't like him. Anyway, he's gone, so we don't talk about him anymore. Spytek, I like his demeanor. I certainly love someone getting up there and saying, we are running out of time to fix this. You know, like, so everybody fucking lock in because we have to right this ship quickly. You know, so. And for one person to sort of take the reins and say, this is what we're going to do, I think that's what needs to happen. So it is an exciting time.
100%.
What was your takeaway on it, Jeff, on the press conference?
No, I thought it was great, man. You know, I think that, what was your take on, because, you know, some of the questions were silly like they always are and all that stuff, but there was a couple decent questions. I mean, you know, of course, everyone asked, what are you going to do with Max Crosby? What are you going to do with Max Crosby? And
you know, can I speak on that real quick?
Please. Yeah, I was going to ask you what you thought about that.
About the Max Crosby particularly, or just the questions?
What you think is going to happen based on what you heard.
Okay, first I want to address real quick the questions that were asked, because we've also in this studio been very critical about the questions that the beat reporters have been asking. And while I fully still am committed to the idea that there's a lot of still softballs that go on in there, when you have someone at the podium that is transparent and you know you're going to get an honest answer from, guess what? You can ask them a direct question, because you know, even if it's not a desirable answer for them, they don't have the ego or the selfishness tied up in it to freaking give you a non-committal answer, or at worst, admonish you after the fact or instruct you prior to the fact. Don't ask me about my kid. Don't ask me about this stuff. Why is it that room was so quiet throughout the course of the year with a lot of the struggles that the Raiders were dealing with? Why was that? Well, probably because they were instructed to do that way, or they were admonished after the fact. You know what I'm saying? And they, you know,
so the questioning was even different. Like,
it was different.
It was way different. It was way more direct,
much more direct. And I'm with you. That's very telling to me too, Michelle. That like, and that's where again, Jeff, I don't that thing. I think Pete, man.
Patronizing. I think Paul said he was patronizing.
Come on, there you go. That's
the word I was
great
looking
way
for.
to describe
That's
it.
the word
you're
I was
right.
looking
No,
for.
you're right.
Yeah.
You guys are right.
That's a great way to describe it.
You guys are right.
Yeah.
But so you asked a question about Max Crosby.
Yeah, because I took away because it.
Yeah, tell me your takeaway first.
Well, my takeaway on that, because it was directly asked. You know, what y'all's plan with Max Crosby? Are you guys open to trading him? Are you guys open? You know, and it was very much like hey, we love Max. You know, he's a great guy, but wouldn't say yes or no. I mean, they're not going to show their hand. You know, I mean, obviously, you know, but you know, one thing that he said a few minutes later that I think makes me think that Max Crosby is going to stay is when he said, when you have good players in a building, you're not going to let them leave. You don't let them leave.
That's the other, because he recognized that he blew it with Merrick and Clavion Chason, and like whatever.
Oh,
you know what I
bro.
mean? Like whatever.
Yeah.
Like you name it. Like there's a handful of players that
Spillane.
got away. Spillane.
Gosh, yeah.
Maybe Diablo. Like whatever. I mean, there's some players that got away.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he didn't want that. You know what I mean? So I'm with you, Jeff. I think that it's going to come. Frankly, I genuinely think this, and I think rightfully so at this point. It's going to come down to Max.
Yeah.
He had another surgery.
Yep, I saw that.
He had another surgery, and you know, God bless him, and hope he gets better soon and heals up, and we know he will. And he's a freaking, you know, just such a freaking grinder and worker, and we just know that he'll get himself back quick and probably won't lose a step. And that said, he's approaching 30 years old now. And has had a handful of injuries now to his lower limbs, and that's not, you know, favorable when you're a freaking pass rusher. And so it's going to be up to him. Like, do you want to give this another shot? You know,
but I feel like this time feels different.
Well,
I feel like
but how many times?
I ain't
have
saying
we
that
damn
phrase
said
ever
that?
Well, I know that, and I'm not saying that this one's we're going to be successful right away and all that. But like the coaches that he's had, the staff that he's had, and all that stuff, it has been nothing but retreads minus the one season of Antonio Pierce. But if we say, hey, this is a full reset and we want you to be a part of this process, like, you know, and we could be successful in a couple years, just let us grow and be the leader that you need to be. Like, I think I could see him being on board for that.
Yeah, I could definitely see him being on board, and I definitely can respect the idea. Of course, it's always going to come down to money too. You know, if the Raiders make another commitment to him and offer him a big fat contract, I mean, look at Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett set the sack record this year, and he's still sticking around in Cleveland, and that's a arguably worse run organization than the friggin' Raiders are. So, it's we'll see. But do I think that they're going to actively look to move him? Not necessarily. Do I think though that the phone lines are open? Absolutely, I do. I believe in that too. And I believe that you got guys out there like Jerry Jones that made pretty solid moves after the Micah Parsons trade. They've got draft capital. They'll find the money. Jerry always does. He's like an Al prodigy, or protege, I should say. Somebody like that. That's where Max grew up, at least a lot of his life anyways, where he played his high school football just outside of Dallas. Like I could see that happening, man. I could see him as a Patriot. I could see him end up in New England, man. Like, I mean, look at a team with a rookie contract on their quarterback that's arguably an MVP. Like, they're gonna have money. And what is gonna freaking solidify a football team, a Mike Vrabel defensive-led football team, than putting Max Crosby on the line? God dang, man. Like, so there's going to be a lot of options for him. And so, you know, is he going to be willing to give it another freaking go? I don't know. So I think it's going to come down to him. He's made I'm not going to say he's made all the money he needs to make, but like he's made enough money now to where he's got his generational wealth. He's had a very lengthy now at this point career with the Raiders. The Raiders are in a 100% rebuild in hopefully the freshest version of a rebuild we've maybe ever seen. And so he's going to have to make a choice. Because if he does it again, if he signs another 4-year deal, that about takes you to the end, man. Right. Like you're coming down to the freaking absolute twilight of your career at the end of that thing. So, you know, 4-year deal, 2 years guaranteed, takes him into his 30s. Like, I don't know. I think it's going to come down to Max, man. So I don't know. I don't know what I think it will form his decision-making, Michelle, based on who the head coach is.
Right.
That's going to be a massive one right there.
Yeah.
You know, because we knew that it was like teetering last year, and then he went to the Pete Carroll press conference, and he kind of bought himself in based on that, and we all bought into it. It wasn't just Max. Yeah. We all kind of bought in at that point, but I think a huge part of that's going to come down to who his next coach is going to be, who his quarterback is going to be, even though he's on the other side of the football. If they make a commitment to Fernando Mendoza, that's attractive to me as a player if I'm Max Crosby, you know. But
I think you're right. I think it is going to be his decision. It is a weird place to be though, because obviously I want him to stay a Raider, retire a Raider, never don't leave the Raiders. But at the same time, and I think I said this the last time we were on the show, like how many times do they promise that this is it, that this is when we're going to take care of you, we're going to give you the team, you know, for you to lead, blah 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 blah. Like, at what point do you go, are you? Are you sure? Are you gonna really promise? You know, so But I mean, yeah, I think it will be who the coach is. I think that's probably going to be the deciding factor for him, I would imagine. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And so there's been a lot of talk this week about, who that next coach could be. And we'll get out of this quick because we got to get to the Sea of Fans. We got so many of them to get to. But it's been an interesting discussion online this week about who that next coach could be. And listen, I'm if it's not a offensive-minded young head coach, I'll be disappointed. I'm not that I won't support the next head coach. If it's Brian Flores, if it's John Harbaugh, if it's whoever the guy is, I'll be his biggest fan until I'm not. Yeah. Just like I was Pete Carroll's biggest fan until I wasn't. Just like I was Josh McDaniels' biggest fan until I wasn't. Just like I was Antonio Pierce's biggest fan. Heck, I was Dennis Allen's biggest fan. I was Hugh Jackson's biggest fan. Like, I'll be a fan of any of these guys until proven otherwise. That said, I think that it should be a young offensive-minded head coach for all the reasons that we talked about, especially if we draft Fernando Mendoza. Give me somebody that can freaking grow with their quarterback, that can strategize and develop with their quarterback. And the reason that I don't want, there's a multitude of reasons I don't want a quote retread head coach, is that number one, because I don't want him competing with the general manager like we talked about for roster control or any other decision-making around that. And the other part of it is that the ultimate goal of this thing is to win a championship. The ultimate goal of this thing is to win a Super Bowl. And when you start to look into the amount of second-time head coaches that have won a Super Bowl, it's not very many. Now, like with any statistic, you can use it as a narrative to prove whatever point you want to make, right? So if you fall on one opinion, you can make the numbers look favorable towards your opinion, okay? You can manipulate it in that way. So you all can do with these numbers what you will, but I'm going to throw some names and numbers at you and tell you what my takeaway is on it, okay? And this will make me right, and your takeaway may be different, and if it is, then tell me why. But when you look at, quote, retread head coaches, and I'm not a huge fan of the word retread unless we're making money on them. As a negative tone, I don't love it, but as a positive tone, I dig it. But so when it comes to, quote, second-time head coaches, there's been this many, okay? You ready? Okay. So this is second job head coaches that have won a Super Bowl. No one's ever won 2 Super Bowls at 2 different places. No head coach in the history of the NFL has ever won it in one place. And then I thought Don Shula did, but I forgot he left Baltimore when the Colts won it that first time. And then he won it in Miami, of course, but didn't win it with the Colts. So here's the two-team head coaches. So the Weeb Eubank, Don Shula, this is so their second stop, not winning with both places, but winning it in their second place, okay? Weeb Eubank, Don Shula, Mike Shanahan, Dick Vermeil, Bill Belichick, John Gruden, Tony Dungy, Tom Coughlin, Gary Kubiak, Andy Reid, and Bruce Arians. All of those were on the second job, okay? So obviously, like in our case, we had John Gruden. He leaves or gets traded, goes to the Buccaneers, wins the Super Bowl. That's the example, okay? Well, I was surprised. So technically, out of all the Super Bowls that have ever been played, 31% of them were second stop head coaches. That's a relatively high number, I would say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But when you dig into it, it's misleading because 19 of them were won by 5 guys: Belichick, Chuck Noll, Bill Walsh, Joe Gibbs, and Andy Reid. So all that said, like anything, you make the numbers tell whatever narrative you want to push. Give me the current young offensive head coach and a first-round quarterback all day for numerous reasons. Okay, so my point is this, is that Bill Belichick has won 6 Super Bowls. So when you look at recent history in the NFL, if you say like, oh, retread second-time head coaches have won more Super Bowls than anybody, well, yeah, but then you take out Andy Reid and Bill Belichick.
Exactly.
And then what's the freaking number?
100%.
That's like saying the most Super Bowls have been won by Michigan quarterbacks since the year 2000. Well, okay. Now take out Tom Brady and tell me what that number looks like.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So, like, it's such a misleading thing. So, like, if you look at, and listen, I know history is not perfect. I know that there are anomalies. I get it, but there's the reason that there are anomalies, that there's a reason that Tom Brady is the anomaly. It's the reason that Bill Belichick is the anomaly. Give me the more consistent approach. Give me the more, unless, you know, Sean Payton or Jim Harbaugh or, you know, who else would win a Super Bowl this year? Like, it's not going to be a second-year guy. There's one more. Who's the other? There's 3 of them, I think, that are second-time head coaches, Jeff. Help me out. Help me out, chat room. Harbaugh, definitely, because his first stop, right, was with the Niners. Peyton, of course, was the first one. Peyton could be the first-time guy to win it in 2 places.
Exactly.
He could be the very first one to do it.
First one.
I think, right? Because who else? Who else we got in there? It's Liam Cohen. It's Ben Johnson. Where we at? No, McVay. That's a first-timer. I think there's one more in there. Chat room. Come on, chat room. Come through. Who's the Oh, my computer just died.
Oh, no.
Oh, did it? Yep. OBS just died.
Oh, no.
It's not even an internet thing. It's OBS. It just crashed.
Oh, dear.
All right.